Hey, what's up, man? Fair use people. How y'all doing tonight? Check it out. Something I kind of wanted to talk about tonight, man. Shout out to KS, man. I saw something. Uh, forgot what content creator it was from. But everybody paid homage to Kev and all that. You feel me? But yeah, I kind of want to go over something about that. I did a video maybe a few years ago on the question if they, quote, unquote, they killed him, right? So we talk about they. Who the fuck is they? They is the fucking government. Nobody ever told you who they was. I'm telling you, they is the government. All right? The motherfuckers put they in place of a name. They're talking about the government. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this picture right here and I'm gonna put it like right over here. Where we at? Right there. Put it like right here so you can see it. All right, this is gonna be this. This is what we gonna be hearing. This is the interview we did with Dennis Sperling, the lawyer Dennis Sperling. For those of you who know who that is. One thing, I'm out here, all right? If you wanted to get this bullshit off of the TikTok joint, see that? That flashlight, watch this shit. I'm gonna aim this shit behind me. Is it all the way stretched out? There you go, you see the beam? Look at that shit. Yeah, that shit is crazy, dog. I just want to show you that the shit is official. That shit do work. I had to give them their props, So yeah, that shit do work. But don't ask yourself the question, did they kill Kevin Samuels? Ask yourself, do they have the capability of killing a Kevin Samuels? Do they have the capability? I would say yeah. Right? Second question. We established that they have the capability of pulling something like that off, right? But what is the reason, right? So you go back in history. Because in history, the U.S. will do something to you, us, and then tell us about it 20 years later. They got a habit of doing that shit. Like, they'll tell you who started the operation, who closed the operation, wonder what president that operation was, and all this shit. And you're like, yo, nigga, y'all just admitted to murder. You just admitted to, what is that shit? War crimes. The fuck? And you gave a name. So what's the repercussions? Now, people who were murdered decades ago, that was in the black community, things like that, did they have anything in common with Kevin Samuels that was the cause of them to get fucking clapped? Phrase it another way. What did they believe in, or what were they pursuing that was in line with what Kevin Samuels was doing or pursuing that got them clapped? The empowerment of black people. Before we get into KS, This is the type of shit that we're talking about, right? This is, well, you can't say. This is the wiki. Director was J. Edgar Hoover. That's who they got down as responsible, right? Assistant director responsible, William C. Sullivan. Parent agency, Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, right? So, groups, individuals targeted by the FBI included feminist organizations, excuse me, anti-Vietnam War, Black Power movement, example, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Black Panther Party, right? So, what did Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Black Party and all that, what did all these men have in common that got them clapped? Now, let's listen to what KS was saying.
Man, I picked that term.
Hey. I'm hoping you can hear this.
She hit the hey big head and she dropped her handkerchief. Folks, and this is what I want people to hear is like Facebook. Yeah. Facebook is not one of the most friendly places for a lot of guys, especially talking about the stuff we talk about. But in that group, my intention was just to honestly say, I grew up with, scrubs and ain't nothing going on with the rent. And even though I'm divorced twice, I refuse to believe that Black America is irreparably broken. Yeah. I refuse to believe it. No. And I just said, you know what, instead of listening to what everybody else say, let's just see what would happen.
I refuse to believe that the Black community is irreparably broken. The Black family unit. The Black family unit. Mother, father, children. God, mother, father, children. God, mother, father, children. He refused to believe that wasn't, possible. So he was throwing together high value, let's say the best of the batch. The successful, the useful, integrity holding, powerful men out of the group, and was putting them with women who are willing to go along with this guy's lifestyle, right? So he's picking the best men and the best women out of the bunch, and the ones who weren't fully the best yet, he had them on the track to be the best. Was encouraging them, right? He was encouraging niggas to be better. He was encouraging women to be better. Right? He was successful with this gentleman that's talking here. Lawyer. Forgot his name, but he's, he's talking about. The Blizzard King. So, when it came to the Black Panther Party, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, right? Anybody who had anything to do with something positive building in this Black community, they got snuffed out. They got snuffed out. The only reason I even thought about that is because of the circumstances of which he died. In a hotel with a woman who was supposed to be a roaming nurse, traveling nurse, but yet she's panicking on the phone like she's never seen some shit like this before. You look her up, you don't find shit with her. And then it's just over. Just like that. It's over. The investigation is over. this broad over in fucking Mexico, them bitches in Mexico be dying with niggas in these hotel rooms, and they don't stop investigations and shit. You go to a hotel with a chick and a bitch die. See what happens to you. See what happens to you. And ain't gonna be no, oh, okay, you know, I'm sorry you had to go through this. Have a good life. Nah, nigga. That's a human life. And it died in a room with you. It was just too, no. No. And the truth of that is going to come out. The truth of that is going to come out, B. You got some, there's some motherfuckers that believe it. They believe it. My man here believes it. The lawyer, Blizzard King, you know, he believes it. He interviewed him. You know, I watched that interview. I wasn't satisfied. He was satisfied. He did it to his satisfaction. You know, I think he was the only one. So, but I mean, me, I'd like to know why can't anybody find your fucking? Why can't anybody find your fucking nurse registration shit? You know, where were you going before you met Kev? Where'd you meet him at? How'd you guys link up to go there? Was it a hotel or was it an apartment? Because that part was flip-flop. That part was wishy-wash. Was it an apartment building or was it a hotel? Right? All of a sudden, the nigga has a heart attack. Nah, bro, it don't happen like that. It don't happen like that. It don't. But anyway, let's proceed. So where we're at right here with the Blizzard King and Mr. Samuels. He's telling everybody about how he was done with the motherfucking U.S. with these broads out here. He was done. Kev talked him into, you know, hey, listen, man, come check out the group, blah, blah, blah. He went and just checked it out maybe a few months later. And he met someone in there willing to get on his program and all that other shit. Kev reported he had about 8 relationships put together. That's 8 families. It's a small number, but it's a beautiful start. It's a small number, but it's a beautiful start. You know, you brought together people who were willing to be great. That's just dope. Let's see what we got.
And my determination was to get men in there, and I do ask some basic questions, you know, age, marital status, what do you want for a relationship? I go look at your LinkedIn page. I go verify that you deserve to be in there talking shit. And then I also verify that the women are of a kind and caliber and quality that men are going to want to actually get out and kind of do what they need to do for. And it's amazing. The men have sorted themselves. The women have sorted themselves. They're having brunches and teas and the networking. And my thing was like, I'm not a matchmaker. And this was just something I decided to do, and I just pushed it. What would happen if we really decided to put something behind it? And, you know, when you shared that story with me, because, I mean, you were out of here.
I was done. I mean, if you look at my Instagram page for the past 10 years, I'm the dude with the villa full of women in the pool.
Right.
I'm the dude with the 65 Cadillac on 20 and the cherry red lowrider riding down the street with my
switches.
Literally hidden. I have commercials with my kids. And so, you know, I was a rogue. And see what happened, Kevin, and I'm gonna get a little into it. I got divorced and I became so, I guess, disinterested in the idea of marriage because it was like BS. Like, this is what marriage is supposed to be like. I'm not trying to get married. Are you kidding?
You successful, we ain't supposed to be divorced.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
what's supposed to happen with it?
Right. If I have everything I'm supposed to have on paper, if I've done everything you say, society has promised me, if I do A, B, and C, everything will be all right. It didn't work like that. And here's the secret. What I found out is something that, and I know the ladies are gonna hate, but it's not the men's fault. Because I've surveyed men in other countries, and I see how horrible they can be, okay? And those women love those men's dirty draws. And I'm not half as bad as any of those guys. I got a taxi driver that gets more respect from his family than I did from my family. And that's not talking about ex-wife, I'm talking about mama, auntie, whoever, community. So, you know, I knew then, you know, it was this.
I remember hearing Kev talk about that. One of his shows, and he was right. The Mexican that comes home from a hard day of labor gets more respect. The dude who's out on the side of the curb, or at the beginning of the Jackie Rob in New York, Queens, selling oranges and roses and shit, get more respect than a fucking brother that's a cop or a CEO or sanitation that he get from his motherfucking wife. He making damn near 50 times what these people make. Why is it? Why is there a lack of respect for us, man? You know why? Because we ain't making these bitches do it. Yeah. We gotta make bitches do it. And there's another aspect to this I wanna talk about. Credit given to Angry Man. I did a video on what happens when you get involved or have kids with women with mental illness. Right? Last night he won talking about what happens to men when they deal with black women who like to argue. He went through looking up the shit just like I did with the what was the shit we use? ChatGPT? Bro, that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. The shit we gotta go through with our women is ridiculous. You gotta stop it. You gotta stop it. You gotta get rid of them. You gotta set up a whole new standard for yourself. And you gotta make sure that they follow it, or you gotta get rid of them. And it's not gonna be the next chick you get with or whatever like that, because this shit is gonna take a minute. This is gonna be a shift in the culture of us. So this shit's gonna take a minute. But we gotta stick with it. You gotta stick with it, man. You know, and all that is just standing on business with what you don't want. You don't want to argue. They like to argue, and you can't stay here. I can't continue my journey through this life with your ass, because you like to argue and fight. Like, if you can watch the show that he did, Angry Man, the live he did yesterday, that shit was incredible. Just finding out what happens to our bodies when we argue with bitches. That is worse than if you got into a fight. You got into a fight, and after the fight, your body starts to heal. Get into an argument, your body's on edge for 3 hours. Your body thinks you're fighting for 3 hours. It's some crazy shit, but anyway. With Dennis Sperling, you know, him with whoever that chick that he was with, you know, she wasn't giving him respect. He wasn't getting respect from any other people in his family, and you know, they like to argue and talk shit, and you know, you gotta do so much for these bitches just to be recognized as a good dude. I'm not with that, man. I'm so not with that. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Yeah. I'm not with doing anything for these bitches, bro. Yeah. Now I say that, but if I'm with you, I'm gonna take care of you. Right? But I don't do that treat you like a queen shit. Fuck me, treat you like a queen. Treat you like a queen. I mean, I'm treating you like you above me. And I'm expected to die for you or give my life for freedom for you. I'm supposed to value your life more than my own. And I treat you like a queen, you out of your motherfucking mind. I treat you good, but don't get the owner where this queen shit come from. We ain't doing that. Fucking crazy. Let's go back. Come on.
Damn. And I'm like, why would I get married again, especially in this country? So I was cool with just being single. I was gonna wait till my kids graduated from high school, put them all through college, and I was gone. Mm-hmm. So, but here I am in Kevin Samuels, the mix, and this beautiful young lady hit me up. Next thing I know, I'm flying to Massachusetts, you know, and yeah, man.
What's so funny is that I would check in on the mix, and I'm looking at because I go and vet the post and scrubbing the environment to make sure we ain't having the same conversation. And I look up, and next thing you know, I'm like, congratulations, so and so, like relationship. And I'm like, what is going on over here? So, and the funny thing is, neither of the two people are located. This has happened many times in this group.
Yeah.
Neither of the people in the same city. Never in the same network, wouldn't have met each other, but just happened to be in one place where they had a general baseline of trust with one person to at least just put themselves into a...
All right. All fucking right. Yeah.
So all of a sudden. And these little things showed me that we aren't that broken. We've been told that we are a second-class people, and I reject that shit.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, in my travels around the world, black men are some of the best men on the planet. And I'm talking about black American men. You're some of the easiest to get along with. You're some of the most egalitarian, meaning you give your women the right to speak. Because when I go to other countries, the women don't, and I'm talking about close to the United States, the women don't even have a right to speak. I mean, violence can happen in some of these societies if they even say something out of line. So you brothers need to, man, you got a lot of feathers in your hats, and you need to just recognize how valuable you are. And unfortunately, Kevin, it wasn't until I began to travel overseas till I saw how valuable I was.
That is a good point that he made. You got a lot of feathers in your hats. I've been seeing shit about Muslim women. They've been talking about us, and Latin women have been talking about us for a while. White women. Now Asian women are starting to speak a little bit about us, you know. There are different ways to go. There are different routes. So, to me, this looks like it still can be the end of a beautiful race, man. Beautiful race, really getting fucking wiped out. And, you know, there's so much behind it, so much propaganda behind it. Like, I have a page on Instagram specifically for racists. Specifically for those that believe only black people commit crimes. Yeah. You go to that page, Mr. Natural 621. Yeah, you go to that page, you'll see all races doing the most ignorant shit. Specifically to show people, and you think, oh, this woman this black girl, smash this girl's head up against the concrete. What a fucking animal. And I show you white girl smashing a bitch's head up against the concrete. I show you everything. Ignorant fights, big fights at weddings, and yeah, all races. Why is it that doesn't circulate the same pace as the ones of black people? It's on purpose. So that's that page, Mr. Natural 61 on Instagram. Check that out. Right? But when you look at the violence towards women, the main countries is Latin, African, and Muslim. Yeah, they whoop bitches out. They do horrible things to them. So, when I see these fucking sluts over here all upset and talking this dumb shit, bitch, go over there. See how they gonna treat you. Let's see if you can make it back here. I bet you get off that plane, you'll be kissing the fucking tarmac. Oh, we gotta kill you. Oh, what the fuck is that? Ooh. Big shit. Oh. Yeah, excuse me. I hate these big ass bugs, nigga. Man, it's fucking South shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the Big West might be heading back north. I don't know. Anyway, let's go back to this.
So even, and I'm gonna give you a scenario. Had I met my lady that I met in the mix 10 years ago, I still would not have known how valuable I was. Part of what you do is tell us what a high value man is. So when I really start listening, I'm like, yeah, I got money, okay, but I also have I got groups of people that know me, that respect me. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's a lot. I know you have another component to it, but it's like I fit all that, like, oh, I'm one of those guys. Because who knew? I'm just...
That's powerful. That's fucking powerful. To fit a criteria of a man you don't even know. Like, yo, these are prime fucking choice USDA 100% beef, the best in the fucking market. That's you. What? Me? Yeah. You're great. Get the fuck out of here. I'm just regular. No, you're not. You thought you were just a dude who did well for yourself. Turns out you're better than that. You're better than the fucking athlete. You're better than fucking an actor. Because as Kev says, their money and everything isn't as consistent as a white-collar worker, an entrepreneur who's been vetted for the last 20 years. Money is staying. Motherfuckers in the NFL, 5 years later, bankrupt. NBA, bankrupt. These freaking, yo, I looked up, if you look up the highest paid CEOs, bro, the highest paid, there was some Asian dude on there, CEO, I think it was making $200 million a year. Just a drive to work, suit, tie, office motherfucker. Yeah. $200 million a year, some Asian motherfucker. Wow. You got kids. Yo, man, get them on this finance, on this tech. Whatever tech comes out, they need somebody to do it. Who made it? Who maintains it? You maintain them shits, them systems. Maybe you come up with other fucking systems, who knows? But if you can maintain those systems, man, they pay you out of the asshole for that. How this nigga get about $200 million? Bro, look at this shit. Whoever is there's that QXO Incorporated, Brad Jacobs, $189,367,735. Bro, Netflix CEO, $61 million. Listen, man. So basically, if these guys are value to the group and they made over X amount for at least 5 years and blase. High value, man. And a lot of these guys, listen, man, I'm one to say getting married brings down your value. I'm starting to think being married brings down your value, bro. I think these rich, super rich men should have surrogates. Get you a surrogate and get you a fucking nanny, bro. Yeah. Why? Because they can't divorce you or put you on child support, which is the game a lot of these broads do. They've been even this little funky bitch tried to do that. That's why that's all this support black business. Look what happened when you support black business. The bitch lies, say you ain't pay her, and they say you're fucking choked up. It's Stephon Diggs. Like, if you have a black business and you're actually doing good with your business, like you're a real stand-up person, and you're not a slacker, like most of them, don't go under that name. Don't go under that. Because it's becoming synonymous with poor work. Shiesty shiftiness. Yeah. Yeah, I don't support y'all shit. I did it too many times, got burnt too many fucking times. If I see black owned, I'm going the other way. Yeah. Why? Because I'm mad that I didn't get back what I put out in those other motherfucking businesses and they got over on me. So fuck all of y'all. Especially if it's ran by a fucking broad. Come near me with your shit. Anyway. What happened? Here we go. All right, we're connected. So what happened? the Bluetooth.
Amen. And whether blue collar or white collar, none of us was born this way. Yeah. It's a choice, and we affirm one another. And then it also gives women a clear picture of what is out there. Whatever you pick, just because we were growing up hearing that the world of good man, they don't exist. Now we got a big beacon to say, well, here's a group of men that are out here. So what kind of outcomes do you want, and then what are you prepared to do to get it? Wow. You know, we grew up seeing the Cosby Show and different world, and those programs, that media had an impact on Black America. College enrollment with all kind of things happen. So even
I didn't know that.
Many people would think is as inconsequential as a YouTube channel is having profound effects. We were on the way up here, and he would sit down and brother on the elevator.
Brother said he gonna take the Georgia.
Even something as many people would think is as inconsequential as a YouTube channel is having profound effects. We were on the way up here, and he would sit down and brother.
Kev was just fucking different, man. He's just different, man. He's able to use this fucking platform and harness 10, 20, 30, 40,000 people in one night to watch this nigga like he was the fucking Cosby Show or something, though. I know the numbers are off, but for a YouTuber, 30, 40,000 people. What? That's incredible. That's incredible. And you have no choice but to ask, what the fuck is he saying to people? What is he talking about? Sports? No. What the fuck is he talking about? He's talking about Black women getting themselves prepared to deal with high-value Black men, or high-value men, period. They tune in to watch that shit. Apparently, there's women who have multiple kids that strongly believe they should get a man making $250,000 a year. I can't even imagine what it's like. Looking at that list, I can't even imagine what it's like making $189 million. Bro. Can you fucking imagine that? Like, seriously. And then, like, I don't think there's no just doing that and then going home. There's no, you just go to work and then clock in, clock out, and go home. Like, I think something happens to people that make that much money. There's got to be some kind of club that you have to join and all this shit. They ain't gonna just give you that motherfucking money, and you could have a mindset that goes completely against, you know, right think. Hey, listen, man, we got to get motherfucking so-and-so in the presidency. We need everybody to come up off of fucking 10 mil. Like, I really think that's what it is. Because I seen it on a low level. Yeah. Everything you see on a low level is up on a high level. Prime example. Let me give you an example, right? You know, y'all know I used to work corrections, right? So we used to have some captains who had some pull. You know, their weight was up, and they were able to shield their personal workers who work for the department. But, you know, they had their personal workers for the area that they work. They were able to shield their workers from discomfort, all right? The discomfort of other posts or responsibilities, right? maybe they wanted to go home. Maybe they, they wanted to avoid getting stuck. Maybe they wanted to come in early to avoid getting stuck later because they had something to do. Yeah. So she would help them avoid this uncomfortable situation. But say this her birthday came up, or say there was something that she wanted to do, you better have your ass there to help her do it. Yeah, I think it's like that and higher up. Yeah, you've been doing great at this company. I see you went up 189 mils. I think I see you breaking maybe 220 next year. We need we need hold on, fucking people, man. Yeah, you might do maybe 220 next year, right? But hey, listen, kind of got something that we like to get done, and you need a little participation from everybody. I think that's how it sounds. We need you to participate, right? We need you to put some money in this kitty. We need you to do this, do that. I think that's exactly how that shit works. Same way it work on a lower level.
Elevator. Brother said he gonna take the Jordans off and put a suit on.
So it's like I don't even know these. So it's like it's good to see that young men are having something to aspire to, because our culture, no disrespect to people in the industry, music, entertainment, athletics, but that's youth dominated. Right. And now we're seeing brothers who are 30 plus who will give us something to move towards in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s plus, to where we still want to keep on doing, keep on pushing, and give roadmap and markers along the way.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do after 29 when you can no longer play in the NFL?
All right.
Your NFL dreams fade. What are you gonna do? You gonna roll over and die? Are you gonna become a lawyer? You gonna become an engineer? Are you gonna become a plumber and open your own plumbing business? You gonna be what are you gonna do? And see, you got from 29 to 80 pretty much to live. That's 50 years. Yeah. It's dudes that play ball in their 20s. We don't even know their name.
Right.
You can see them walking down the street. So what are you going to do for the rest of your life, man? The average black man, you make your most money at the age 59.
And see, that's why I want to, in this whole media endeavor, it's, the restoration or the improvement of the black male image.
Right.
I talk about it as a professional image consultant. People often say, well, who are you to talk about relationships? I'm a black professional image consultant. I'm as qualified as anybody that took it, as D.W. Griffith, Birth of a Nation 1915, who was one of the people that first took our image. How important media is, because images control the mind. And like you said, who was one of the people that first took our image. Who are you to talk about relationships? I'm a black professional image consultant. I'm as qualified as anybody that took it, as D.W. Griffith, Birth of a Nation 1915, who was one of the people that first took our image. How important media is, because images control the mind. And like you said, you went out of the country to see a different image of self than you had here.
Yeah.
And it's a different way of looking at masculinity, manhood, to where it affirms the man without diminishing women. We were taught in our community, for one to rise, the other had to fall, or for one to fall, the other one had to rise. No. Every other group can do it, what they do out there. The women can go to school and men can go, but we can still work together if we choose to and have the outcome they want. And that's what I'm happy to start seeing more of. There's some hope now, man.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see young men who are saying, you know what, even though they may not know how to say it, one dude was like, you be sliding. I don't know what the hell he was talking about, but I do know how the look of admiration is in his eyes.
Right.
And I'm like, that's good, because I used to look at men old.
Yeah, he's inspiring. He's inspiring the youth. I don't know if they like that. inspiring the youth.
And I think that one of the best things that's happening, because you mentioned the Tupac song.
Yeah.
What comes to mind is Tupac, after he was shot, found out that his father was not dead.
Oh, wow.
Tupac's biological father was alive his entire life, and after he was shot, Tupac's father showed up to the hospital, and his people and his mother had to say, no, that's him. And Tupac had to come to grips with that knowledge after almost losing his life. And there's an interview with him walking down Santa Monica Pier or something, being interviewed by MTV, this white reporter, and he had just found out about it. But he had said all those words, "You're a black queen," and my father, he took the back way, he didn't care, and found out none of that was true. Kanye West.
Yeah.
Kanye West is on record for saying, everybody know Kanye loves his mother.
Yeah.
But Kanye is, now he's a married man, a billionaire, and he's having issues now, and now he's saying some of the same things a lot of us are saying, and he's come to the realization that my mother took me away from my best friend, which was my father.
My God, bro.
So
Hold on. You hit too close to home. And so I have a very similar story. I just found my biological father 10 years ago, right? And man, so my whole life, up until the age of 10, I was told that who I thought was my biological father, right, at that point I was told he wasn't. And so that just shook my world because I had been dealing with some issues in this household, and then I started thinking, is the reason I get treated different because that's not my real dad and I didn't know it? And then I started growing up and saying, this man who I'm named after and this woman who gave birth to me, it's like they lied to me. And so, I had a really violent upbringing. Damn. And then I was violent and I was angry. And in South Central LA, I'm gonna tell you now, man, I'm supposed to be somewhere locked up.
Right.
I'm supposed to be 6 feet deep. I'm supposed to be locked up, but it's by the grace of God. I thank God for my grandmother, my cousin Shametta, Melanie, as she calls herself on the internet, for being in my corner all these.
The story I want to share. She turns out to find out that he had been trying to be in her life the entire time, and got a family out, waiting and trying to fill your absence, but because technology.
For anybody who doesn't know, young cats, on how it was so easy to get lost. There was no YouTube, no search engine, no anything, no computer, no cell phone, right? So you could have a neighborhood like this, right? Your baby mama or whatever could move 2 communities over. You still in the same state. You're two towns over, still in the same state. But you cannot locate them because you don't know where they're at. Once they're in a different school, her phone number is unpublished, right? Because we used to have what they call white pages. It was a book by this thick telephone book. And you look people up by their last name. But if they take their name out of that book and they move 2 towns over, the kid's not in the school, you don't know where they're at. You don't know where to look. You don't know they were that close. You call, you talk to the grandmother, their mother. Oh, I don't know where she at. She said she gonna call you. I'm not getting involved or whatever. So they ghosted you. Your mom ghosted you with your dad. Yeah. So a lot of people say, oh, back in the day, they could afford this, and it's not all one scenario. They like to try to stuff it and make it all one scenario. Like, oh, the man just up and let. No, that's not it, Papa. That's not it. Number one, your pops probably didn't want you to come into the world because he didn't have anything to give you. But the woman is like, nah, man, fuck that. I'm gonna have my baby. I'm gonna have welfare, and I don't need you, and then she's mad at your dad. Maybe your dad got another chick. It's multiple types of scenarios that happen, not just he said fuck you and left.
It's that, and it's like round it all back to Tupac. You know, I could only imagine the turmoil when he was on their pier, knowing he had made this song that still gets played on my Mother's Day every day, and how many people still are coming to the knowledge that that wasn't true.
Right, man. And you know, the reason I know it's a problem out there, because it's a lot of young men that run up on me, and even on my comments on my Facebook and YouTube page, they're like, man, I wish I had a dad like you. I wish we had and all I'm doing is just being involved with my kids. Now, the crazy thing is, Kevin, up until a month ago, I've only been able to see my kids or have them 6 nights a month for the past 10 years. But what I did, because, you know, what I had to do is I had to say, well, let me enroll them in karate. Let me enroll them in jiu-jitsu. Let me do this. Let me take them to dance class. So that what that did is allow me to rush home from the office, pick them up at 5 or pick them up from school. We got a 30-minute ride to where we're going. I get to watch them do whatever they do for an hour, and I take them, drop them off at their mama's house. And so what that did was, man, so it took me a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of energy. I had to put my social life on hold,
Right.
A real social life.
Right.
I mean, you know, I can hang with the brothers and the fellas a little bit, but for the most part, I couldn't really date because I was focused on my kids. And so, but it's unfair now.
So that's a lot of what was going on in his life. Kev was bringing back and making aware to us that, you know, you are good. You do deserve this. You deserve the same thing Brad gets, you know, the Mexican gets and all that, you know. And, you know, I actually started my YouTube channel. Kev died. I used to always think about it, right? I used to always think about it and shit like that. And I never did it. But when he died, bro, it was just like, I wanted to throw my disgust for you motherfuckers out there too. I wanted to throw my disgust in the bucket for the bitches who were cheering that he died. And I think we've been doing about 3 years now. Shit just been evolving into what it is today. Not expecting to be rich or anything off of this shit. Although I do look at some people, I'm like, oh, you making money off your shit? I'm like, damn. I heard one person complaining, can they make $500 a month off of this shit? I was like, $500, you know. Heard this motherfucker complain. No, he not complain. I think MTR, he said he was going to step away. He said, MTR said he made like $30,000 to $50,000 a month. $30,000 to $50,000 a month. I don't know if that's gross. And you know, they chop down and divvy up and all that. And, but I think that's gross. I don't know what net take home was, but nigga, it's incredible. You know? But I was gonna show you the angry man shit, but I'll wait till the next video. Anyway, you guys, thanks for coming through. If you watched it this far, shout out to you. Shout out to Black Marvel. Shout out to Positive Journey. Shout out to Sandra, Linda, Pookie, Ray, everybody, man. All right, I'll holla at y'all.